if you don't start your show with a drink of some sort, I feel like we really have no connection. Like I feel like every day, not every day, because I'm not an alcoholic like that, but I feel like every day, you got to have a little something to take the edge off.
You do.
Especially if you're going to walk around and tell people not to tell you to shut up, you got to have a little something because you got to have a little courage. Liquid courage, that is. I don't need it all the time, but sometimes. Welcome to the show. My name is Jasmine Sanders, in case you don't know. And hey, Lena, hey.
Hey.
I have to welcome her to the show because she's helping me today in more ways than one. Can I just say really quickly before I get into my current situation, in case you're wondering what's going on with my face, it's a lot of makeup. I normally don't get down like that, but I'm coming from my other job where I am told to shut up all the time. This is the face of, you can tell me to shut up whenever you want to. This ain't my real face. Okay, that's probably the reaction that I will get from a lot of people. So let's just jump right into my current situation. And I'm going to say it unapologetically. I have no problem with it. I'm scared of menopause.
I think we probably all are, though.
Yeah, but not as close as I am to it. I'm very scared.
I got you.
I mean, I'm a woman of a certain age. I mean, I'm still fabulous.
Fab. Your goals.
Fabulous.
Your goals.
I don't know if I'm goals, but I know that I'm getting close only because most of the girls in my circle of friends are either in menopause or they're having symptoms that they know they are on their way to the menopause. And it frightens me. I know it's a part of life that we all, as women, must face. I'm just...
What scares you?
Everything about it. And just when I lose that fear, someone tells me something that gets me scared all over again, right? Like I was talking to one of my closest friends, my best friend, actually. I'm not going to say her name, but she said her nipples are hard all the time. Like not hard in a good way, because I know where you were going with that. Not in a, hey, this feels kind of good, but in a, ow, that hurts. Like when you hit something. Yeah, like I don't want hard nipples all the time. That's frightening. The thought of that. Well, like, what shirt can you wear? Now, there's an idea. Someone should create a line of shirts for women going through menopause whose nipples are hard all the time. Because nobody likes to wear those padded bras, right? Because I don't.
I hate it.
It's fake titties. Those are not yours. When I put on a bra that's heavily padded, I know that I am lying to the world, and most importantly, I am lying to me. These 34Ds right here, I put on a padded bra, I look like your size titties. And we know that's not true. It's not. I don't want to fool myself. So I like to wear bras that, show they're more au natural.
I feel you.
But the problem with that is when you go to work and it's nippy, your nipples pop out. And try as they might, all the men in the room pretend like they don't see that your nipples are hard. But they know it.
Look at them nipples.
The chin is down. What did you say?
Look at them nipples.
So I can't even imagine going through menopause and one of the symptoms is your nipples are hard all the time. How do you explain that? I'm not happy to see you in that way. And no, I'm not cold. My body is fucking me up. You know what I mean? Like I'm scared of menopause. I'm scared of hot flashes.
I hope you don't become the extra fussy type.
I don't know about that. Listen.
You're already fussy.
I am fussy, but you know what I am not? I am not fussy on my period. I don't have that. I don't have the symptoms that come along with most people who have PMS who are like, I don't have that. I mean, I have my period and not that I want it to go away as in I'm pregnant, although that is possibly the case. I'm the same. So much so that sometimes I don't know when my period is due and when it's not.
So maybe your hormones are just balanced.
I don't know about that, but I know, like my earring that just popped off. That's how menopause will be. Unsuspectingly, it will just pop off. And you're like, damn, am I having menopause? I'm terrified, but I get it. It is, I guess, a part of life that you just kind of check off and say, I made it. I lived to see menopause. So I guess if I look at it that way, I'm happy. But in terms of, damn, sweating, when I'm not anticipating it, my nipples are hard all the time, my sex drive is gone. Damn.
Don't they say that you may have it more though?
You may have what more?
Oh, a sex
I
drive.
have no idea. I haven't made it there yet.
Oh.
I'm not in menopause. I'm sure I'm getting close, and the closer I get, the scarier I become. And I ain't scared of shit. Well, that's not true. I am scared of spiders and snakes.
Well, what's crazy is I think it's wonderful that due to science, even after menopause, there's certain things you could still accomplish.
It's great, but let me tell you something. As wonderful, this earring gotta go. As wonderful as science is, I can't figure out how we can send people to the moon, but you can't help me with my menopause symptoms. Why don't you work that out? Work out these hard nipples. Wait a
Instead of
second.
going
That
to
didn't sound
Mars.
good. That sounded like an invitation. We don't want to work out the hard nipples because that might look different to certain people. But I'm serious. It's just one of the many things that I think we as women have to deal with, and it can be very frightening. And I think sometimes people don't give us credit for the things that we have to face as women. The whole period situation, if you think about that, you bleed every month. Now, I know we've come to accept it. We understand that that is how we are able to bear children, which is a beautiful thing and a miracle, quite frankly. But when you start to think about the fact that you bleed for a whole week every month, it's like, what? Enough to die? No. But as you get older, you understand the significance of that. What the fuck is up with menopause? Like there at least I know when I'm having a period, it means that I can still have babies for the most part.
Right.
What the hell is menopause for? What's the purpose?
I don't know.
To remind me that I can't have children? To remind me that
Yeah.
I'm sweating everywhere in my nether region and across my forehead? My nipples are hard, so now everybody in the office wants to know what the hell is going on with Jasmine. I mean, that hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it's coming very soon.
You and this nipples.
I'm telling you, it's embarrassing. It hasn't happened to me, but I'm just saying I could see how it could happen. So that's my current situation. I'm scared of menopause. So any advice you have, DM me. Is there a vitamin that I can take? Is there something that I can do to make it better? I know you can't make it disappear altogether because it's necessary. I just don't understand why is it necessary? You know your old ass is too old to have kids.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
don't need
slapping
something
up.
like that to tell you that you can't have them. For being a damn. Glad I got that off my chest. I don't know how dope it is. However, let's move right on to my option. So I was reading a story the other day, and this particular person said, I regret not having more sex when I was younger. I should have drank more. I should have partied more, smoked more. Even, I think my religious upbringing stopped me from doing a lot of things that I should have done. It's not a good look at the age I am now. Tony Braxton said that. Don't sound so disappointed. I get where Tony's coming from. You can live your entire life trying to do the right thing because you want to make your parents proud. I mean, hell, I got pregnant at freaking 15, 16 years old. My parents weren't proud. I made all the wrong decisions, but we ain't talking about that right now. That's another show. The point is you can make all of the right decisions and then get to be a woman of a certain age and feel as though you missed out on things. I could see that. I could see watching other people from a very judgmental perspective. As girl number 3 in my head, Veronica. This chick right here is highly judgmental. I could see how you could look at other girls who were having the time of their lives when they were younger. And you called them hoes, you called them tricks, you called them bitches, you called them everything. But what you didn't call them was smart. And then when you get older, you look back and say, damn, I probably should have slept with Roosevelt. Whoever, whatever you want to call him. You begin to think, maybe I should have had more fun.
You're right. I mean, I look back at certain things too. Like I think I had like listening to your college story.
Are you trying to call me a hoe on the slide?
No, 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 no. That, not from a sexual standpoint, just fun overall. Like I feel
I
like
didn't have no fun. Well, I did, but I get what you're saying because it's all really subjective. You look at my college life and my college life looked different than yours.
Yeah.
But you went to school in New York, which is totally different than, going to school, living on campus. It's a whole world. I went to school in MTSU, so it's different. You live on campus, you have campus activities, no parents around. I didn't see my parents for maybe, man, well, my kid was a baby, so every weekend. But then after that, I may have seen my parents once a month, once every 3 weeks or so. So I think it's a little different. So it appears that, I mean, I did have fun.
But no.
But I look at other people and I say, my college life should have looked like that. As in, I never smoked weed. All my friends got high. Matter of fact, some of my closest friends were high all the time. Hell, they probably high right now. I, on the other hand, never smoke weed. And now that I am of a certain age, I'm grown, I'm deep into my career, and I can say I've accomplished a lot in my life. I just ain't never smoked weed. How come I haven't accomplished that? And so sometimes I look back on my college life and I say I made a lot of the right moves, but did I really have a lot of fun? Yeah, I did, but I could have had more fun. Like, I'm telling you, Roosevelt, where you at? Like, I probably should have slept with you in college, but I didn't. I was very careful about my choices, and sometimes I wish I would have just allowed myself to be a young adult and have more fun, obviously in a responsible way, right? To make sure that I didn't catch anything, to make sure that I didn't have more babies by different daddies. Not that that's a bad thing. I understand how that can happen, but I'm speaking about my case. And so sometimes I look back now and I'm like, damn, that threesome don't sound so bad right now. Who said I didn't have one? Oh, God. Don't be so judgmental. But my point is, as I sip on my drink to get through this break, I could see how Toni Braxton could get to where she is, because you don't become successful by being lazy. You become successful by constantly working at your craft, sometimes so much that you don't have time for the things that other people have time for. So I could see how you could get to a certain age, whether it's your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, and say, damn, I should have had more fun, because just like she said, it's not a good look as you get older. People don't kind of give grace to you when you are of a certain age. They say you should know better. What do you mean you had sex on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? You should have done it just on Friday. Like, but damn, I was horny on Monday and Wednesday too. Let's not talk about the fact that it was Robert, Roosevelt, and I don't know, Stanley. First of all, if you're having sex with Stanley, let's talk.
Well, you seem to be obsessed with this Roosevelt.
Roosevelt was fine.
Roosevelt.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Roosevelt was this fine chocolate brother in college that I knew. He had these deep dimples. He had a little bow leg when he walked. And he wanted him some Jasmine. But I was like, Now, all these years later, I'm like, where's Roosevelt? Probably not. That's the gift and the curse that the Lord gives you. If you're cute when you're growing up, something happens when you hit a certain age. Think about it. All the dudes that you thought were hot when you were younger, be it high school, be it college, you see them now and you're like, damn, I dodged a bullet. Same is true for men and women. I hear it all the time, right? And so I think if you were lucky enough to be gorgeous or just super cute when you were younger, I think the universe does a whole switcheroo on you when you get older. And they're like, you had your fun. Now it's somebody else's turn.
Next.
And the opposite of that is true. If you were not a good looker when you were younger, when you get older, you kind of grow into that. And now you walking around like, yeah, back then you didn't want me. Now y'all on me.
Yeah.
I said that like that was personal. I'm just saying. But I get you, Toni. I'm with you. I really wish I would have had more sex. I'm not going to say I wish I would have drank more, because baby, in college, I wasn't drunk all the time, but I was drunk all the time. But I never smoked weed. And now I wish I had, because now that I'm older, I'm too scared.
I know we've tried it. Well, tried to get you there.
I was going to say I haven't tried it, but I'm still considering it. But like Toni, I feel like I'm not quite sure it's a good look at my age. Not that I'm old. I'm just fabulous.
You are. No, that's serious.
Anyway, so that was just my observation. Shout out to Tony Braxton. I mean, I don't know what you do now. Well, she's on her way to get married now, so she's going to have all the sex she wants with the same dude, but don't make that sound again. And if you do, do it with confidence. Do it loud so we can hear you.
Sure.
That sounded more like a cricket than it did a bird. Anyway, let's get on to my cocktail therapy. This is where I give my advice to you for those of you who are going through some issues and you're really not quite sure what the answer is. I'm going to do my best to answer them for you. And guess what?
What?
I'm going to give you the appropriate cocktail to go with your problem. So I'm not going to read verbatim the problem because I have the cliff notes here on my computer. And basically, the heart of the matter is there is someone, a female, who has a crush on their dad's friend. First of all, why are you hanging with your daddy's friends?
Word.
Like, I can't think of a single place that I would be, full disclosure, if I am somewhere where my daddy is with his friends, I'm dead because my daddy's in heaven. I hope. I'm pretty sure he is. He's a good guy. But I can't imagine, even when my dad was alive, where would I be that he would be and his friends would be? Or where would I be where my dad's friends would be? There's an age gap there.
At a function?
What?
I still go to functions with my parents.
What are you, 12?
No, I'm saying, like, if I don't know, I've always gone to functions with my parents.
What kind of function?
Event?
The fact that you can't remember?
No, like
an
events.
event? Lean in. An event and a function are the same thing.
Okay.
So what kind of, like what
Like-
event?
Like events that other friends may have, parties, business events.
What kind of a business event do you go to
Well-
with your dad?
Well, not at the moment.
And you guys are
but
not
I
in the
used
same
to.
business.
I used
Yeah,
to
when
go
you
to-
were 5. I mean, as an
No,
adult.
as an adult, I go to a lot of like friends events or family events, and then there's other friends there.
I'm trying to get to the
family
bottom of
events.
this because it sounds so suspect. Okay, so you go to events with your parents. I don't. Me and my parents have nothing in common because there's a tremendous age difference, right? So I feel like the things that they are into, I probably wouldn't be into. Well, first of all, my parents, as they got older, stayed home all the time. And second of all, I can't think of any of my dad's friends that I would be interested in. And then how do you tell your dad, yo, your friend Reggie is hot? But listen, I am not Veronica. I mean, I am, but I'm not. Girl number 3 in my head who's highly judgmental. What I would say is I understand that sometimes you can develop a crush on someone who's older. I get that. I do. 1 second. Entertain them, please.
I've actually had a situation
I have to get a little gin for this because that's what you're going to need because this is going to be very harsh.
where a wife
Just
of
a
a
little bit.
dad's friend thought that I liked him.
A wife?
My dad's friend thought that I liked him, and she made this whole woo.
Wait. That made no sense. The wife of your best friend thought
No.
you liked him.
No, a friend of my dad's, his wife, thought
Thought
that
you
I
liked her husband.
yeah.
And you didn't say that at first. She's been drinking. No, but I could see that. I could see that. I could see as a wife, you might think a lot of women are interested in your husband, either because your husband has a wandering eye or you're just insecure because of your own insecurities or because he's been fucking around a lot during your relationship.
And then there's that.
But get a shaker, fill it with ice, get you some gin. It doesn't have to be Hendrix, which is what I prefer. And then whatever chaser you want to add in there and lean in for this. I think it's okay if you like someone who's older because older men can be really sexy. But what you don't want is the best friend of your dad getting a little too tipsy one night and having a conversation about his daughter's sex life with you, his best friend. I think you should steer clear of your dad's friends. There are lots of places to find older men that you might be attracted to. You can always go to Luby's.
What's Luby's? Well,
I spelled
it rhymes
jam.
with boobies.
Luby's boobies, which is exactly what an older man would say. What's Luby's?
Yeah.
Luby's is a cafeteria-style restaurant where senior citizens are always welcome.
Okay.
So you could always find an older man at the hospital in the waiting room. I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, but think about it. If my dad, when he died, was in his 70s. So, I mean, black men die early unless you're a black guy who's in incredible shape.
Like George Clooney.
He ain't in his 70s, though.
I know, but he's still old.
He's older, but he ain't old.
He's in his 60s, right?
I think George Clooney might be in his 50s.
Oh.
I think. I'm not quite sure. But the point is, I think older is good. I think older and the best friend or just friend of your dad's. I'm going to stick with Veronica on this one. Leave it alone. There are so many other men out there. Join plentyoffish.com. Join Black People Meet. Join, I don't know, sensational seniors. I don't know, but it's not real. Don't go to Sugar Daddies because Sugar Daddy could be a young dude who just has more money than you.
But if they're old, then they're on their way out, and you get them to put.
Yeah, but young guys are still on Sugar Daddy. You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, I guess you could do that. If you like older men, go to sensationalseniors.com. That actually does not exist to my knowledge, but I might make it happen because I think there might be, some money to be made there. Like what you like. Like who you like. Just don't like your daddy's friends. And listen, I believe the same thing about your mama. Sons out there, don't like your mom. FYI, when I first moved to California, can I tell you? I met a guy who was really interested in me. He was so cute. He was younger than me. And I thought there might be some sparks. But he threw an entire bucket of water on that situation when he said, lean in. I had a baby with my mama's best friend. Good night. I was done with that. I mean, I still follow him on social media because, he's good to look at. But ain't nothing happening there. I'm just saying. Well, I've said just about all I can say today. I think I've covered a lot. Hopefully you found it entertaining. I'd love to hear from you. You can always follow me on social media at I am Jasmine Sanders on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, too, if you're of a certain age, because I understand that's for the older people like myself. And also Twitter. I don't really do Twitter that much. I probably should, but I don't. So if you're going to follow me, don't follow me there. I do, because it's true. But I'm also supposed to be honest. I really don't do a lot of tweeting. Ain't my get down. I'm a very visual person because I'm a Scorpio, so I like to see things. So make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and you can follow me on Twitter if you want to. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'll be happy about that. And I might have more things to say, but for today, I'm out of time. I've tried to cover as much things that were on my mind, and I felt like I got all of that. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me, but what you can't do is tell me to shut up because I got a lot to say. But for today, I'm done. Thank you, Lena.
Welcome. Follow her on everything.
Shut up!
If you want me to keep a
Notice how I can tell her to shut up, but don't tell me to shut up.